Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media, and today we are talking horror movies. Specifically, there are three orders that I placed recently, and they all happen to come in on the same weekend. One of those orders is from Double Jump Video Games, a very popular gaming channel here on YouTube, but they also happen to sell movies as well. And then we have an order from Lionsgate Limited, their brand new release on Steelbook. Can't wait to see how that looks. And then finally, we'll wrap it up with a very early order that I received from Orbit DVD, two of my most anticipated releases of the month. So, gonna be a big one today. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into my horror movie unboxing. So first off, I have to start at the back of the box. You can get a good look here at DJ, which is their Double Jump logo. I love that. Their tape is so cool. I did just cut it open to get my address information out of the way here, but yeah, I actually ordered 3 tapes from them initially, and they were nice enough to email me and let me know that one of them I ordered, which was a wrestling VHS tape, was actually in poor condition, and what that meant to them was the box was cut up and it was placed in an old rental case. So I asked them to cancel that one. But what we have here is pretty awesome. So first off, love the packaging. That's great to see. We'll put that one to the side because we have to start with the first one right here. So first off, look at that packaging. That's excellent. Great work on Double Jump with their packaging. We'll get rid of the box now. And now let's take a look what I grabbed. They did say these were kind of beat up. That was another thing they let me know in their email, but this is awesome. I have Evil Dead on VHS. I can't believe they had these. This is so cool. It does have a little price sticker or some type of sticker on the side there. And there is the back. This is just awesome. I cannot wait to check this out on VHS. I think this is so cool. Is that going to focus in? I guess not. There we go. So yeah, this is great. Now let's make sure there's no mold so that you can see. Not in great shape, that's for sure. But that they did tell me about that, and I said nope, that's fine. Send them anyway. So I spent about, actually, I have my receipt right here. I don't remember how much did I pay for these. Looks like $12.99 for this one. So not cheap, but I don't think that's too bad at all. But let's take a look on the inside here. We'll set that down. And any visible mold? No, I don't see any, which is great. It does need to get rewound here, but that's all right. So there is the tape. I'm not sure why it's not focusing in, but I guess we'll just put it there. So yeah, this looks awesome. Tape looks to be in pretty good shape. You know what I should do? I have a whole video where I tried taking apart one of my old wrestling tapes because there was something cracked off and it was shaking around on the inside. And it ended up being an absolute disaster. I should post that at some point just to show you how not to open a VHS tape. But boy, that was embarrassing. All right, so first up we have Evil Dead. I'll stick that to the side. But you can't have Evil Dead without its sequel, Evil Dead 2, and I'll just move that over there. And this one looks to be in, well, about the same condition. Doesn't have the big, whatever, flip up at the top there, which is great. But yeah, this just looks awesome. Oh my gosh, so cool. Roger Ebert gave this one 3 stars. That's fantastic. Kiss Your Nerves Goodbye. Yeah, this just looks awesome. Another one, I really, enjoy these movies. I wouldn't call them my favorite horror films or anything like that, but I really do like these a lot. So yeah, very happy to have these on VHS. Let's get this one open and see how the tape looks. Looks pretty much identical. Another one that was not rewound, but I'm not seeing, did I see some white specks, but that's not mold, I don't believe. So looks good there. And we'll just push this little button, just make sure we're good there. Yeah, everything looks normal on that end too. So yeah, I'm happy with this. I think these are awesome for my VHS collection. Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Just 2 icons from the VHS era. So very happy to have both of these in the collection. So Double Jump nailed it again with their shipping, and like I already mentioned, they emailed me to let me know the quality was not great, but the tapes were in good shape. Like the tape that itself was in good shape. It's just the cover art wasn't the best, and I'm so happy I didn't waste my $10 on the wrestling VHS tape, because I would not have been happy with that. So very happy with what they sent over there. The Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. So this next one here is from Lionsgate Limited, and I just got this one in the mail over the weekend, and this one should look awesome. So let me get it opened up, and I'll get my personal information out of the way per usual, and we can see what Lionsgate Limited has sent over. So this is an interesting one. There is no receipt inside. You just get tons of bubble wrap, which I always talk about how I love that. But here is the item I purchased. All right, we'll move that to the side over there. And this thing looks awesome already. There it is. Look at that. That is beautiful. High tension. Oh, I cannot wait to dive into this one. But I'm going to open this up so you guys get a better look at the steelbook itself. So I changed the lighting a little bit, hoping to cut down on some of the glare, but unfortunately it's going to be there. So hopefully you guys will be able to see it. But this is a lenticular slip cover here, which is awesome. It is actually cardboard, which is a little bit unusual for something like this. I feel like typically it would be plastic, but I think it works really well, and the lenticular looks really nice. So let's get this pulled off, and you can actually barely make it out down there, but there is the Lionsgate Limited logo. Man, that's really hard to see though. But there's the back, and then again all of the extra bonus features, which I talked about a little bit in my anticipated releases video. Just loads of extras on this, which is really cool to see. So we'll set that one off to the side, and here is the front of the steelbook and the back. And then there it is, front and back, so the entire, almost, I guess it does have a wraparound effect to it, which looks really nice. That's awesome. And then I'll flip it over here. You can see the discs themselves. So that is the 4K disc. And then we have the Blu-ray disc. Let me just take these out of the way for a minute. So obviously a very violent film and a very violent image on the inside there, but that looks really good. So yeah, this is just, I knew this was going to be one of my favorites of this year after I saw some of these pictures, and now that I'm holding it, I feel safe to say that this will probably end up, another one I'll talk about at the end of the year when I talk about my favorite steelbook pickups from the year, because this thing looks awesome. And then you mix in this lenticular, that just looks great. So excellent looking release here by Lionsgate Limited. My hope is that I will be able to talk about this in an upcoming shelf space episode, just like the next couple that we'll talk about. So happy to have High Tension from Lionsgate Limited. And last but not least today is the one I am most excited about. You can sort of kind of make out that that's Orbit DVD stamp there, and this is so early compared to the release date, which makes me so darn excited. And I'm going to get this opened up. I just talked about these just a couple days ago on the channel. So let me get this opened up again and get out the receipt. So another one here with just a ton of bubble wrap, which is awesome to see. And you can see there are 2 releases here. So let's start off. You know what? I'm going to set this one to the side. Obviously, you already know what it is because you saw that there, and that's totally fine. But we'll start off with this, and I will put the box to the side here. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning. I believe this was 06, if I'm not mistaken, and one that I have seen one time, and I enjoyed it, but I never ended up watching it more than that one time. I do own it on Blu-ray, so this is an upgrade for me, but yeah, very happy to have that. And then you can't have The Beginning without the GOAT, baby. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. I already gushed and raved about this movie in my anticipated releases video. I just absolutely love it. It is one of my all-time favorite horror remakes. I mean, it's my favorite horror remake, I think I would say. Up there with something like The Thing as another favorite in terms of a horror remake, but just an awesome, awesome movie. And the reason I will always give remakes a chance is because of TCM03. So let me get the plastic off of these so you guys can see what's included. Please excuse the glare on the side here, but let's open up TCM The Beginning first. So I've just taken the plastic off. You can see all the special features listed there. And like I talked about in the anticipated releases video, the 4K disc has both the theatrical and the uncut version, which is really great to see. A lot of times with some other boutique labels, we only see one of those cuts on the disc, so always happy for that. And I have to assume there is reversible cover art here, so let's take a look at that first. We'll get this flipped around. I'd be shocked if there's not. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So here is kind of, frankly, much better artwork for my money than what they did here, but is what it is. I'm happy to have the reversible on there now. And let's flip it over so you have the lone 4K disc, so no Blu-ray disc included with this one. And then we have some goodies here. Salem's Lot. Not a favorite of mine, if I'm being honest, but I'm sure it's one I'll probably pick up eventually. But we already knew that that one was coming. We've seen that online, at least I did. I'm guessing many people have at this point. So here is the poster, and this is double-sided. It's going to be really hard to show. I'm not going to be able to show it in one, but there is Witness the Birth of Fear. And then if we flip it over, we have the same artwork, the newly commissioned work there. So definitely one where I would put the original artwork on over the newly commissioned. But can you even call this newly commissioned artwork? It just looks like a screenshot from the movie or something. Maybe it's not. I don't remember that, but maybe just inspired by, you know, the movie itself. But anyway, I'm rambling. Here we go. There's the back of the cover. This is, of course, the little booklet in here, and yeah, a lot of this is probably not going to be very safe for work. But so we have the, looks like only one. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's cast and crew, and then one essay on the film, and then about the production itself. There's the full cast. I am certain I won't be able to go through all of this, but there's the start of the essay, and then we have about the presentation here itself. So very cool. Love seeing that. That looks great. So I'll put this back together, and again, there's the original poster, which I like a lot better, but I'm going to stick this one in, and then we can move over to TCM 03. I'll just hold that there for just a quick second. You guys can take a look at everything that's included here. Tons of new items, which I always love seeing. And then kind of the same on the front and the back there. However, let's get this reversible cover art going. Oh yes, I love that. Beautiful. Actually, let me grab something real quick. So I love this because it's identical to the book cover that was used, at least in Germany, as you can see down there. This is actually written in German, unfortunately. I bought this a long time ago now, thinking I was getting just an incredible deal offline. I forget what website it was now. Maybe thriftbooks.com or something like that, and didn't realize it was German. So unfortunately, I can't read it. But yeah, this is my novelization of TCM 03. I would love to get the American, you know, the English translation of this. I'm sure this is a translated version. I would love to get the original English version rather than having this. I'm actually going to just get rid of this because I have no need for it. But yeah, I just thought this was super cool, and I love the fact that they have the exact same cover art just because it's presumably the original theatrical. I don't remember it too much being the original theatrical. I remember the trailer very well for this, but not the actual poster, I guess. But either way, I just thought that was funny, so I wanted to share that. You can see this is not in great shape, but I spent very little on it, so I'll just probably, I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. It's in my donate pile at this point. But anyway, I had to share that one because I thought it's just fun, and I would love to get the original English version of this at some point. With that distraction out of the way, let's look at the inside of the disc here. So that is the 4K disc. Again, just like last time, no Blu-ray with this. Oh, I love that. They have TCM the beginning instead of Salem's Lot in this one. Very good. Actually, I'll do it on that side. And then we have the poster, which is going to be the same thing. We have the original on one side and then the new art on the other. I'll just leave it at that and stick that one inside. And then here is our booklet. Love that. Oh, it's just such a fun movie. So just like the last one, they have one essay, cast and crew, and then about the presentation. So there's the cast and crew. Jessica Biel, got to love her. And then, oh, very good. Is this listing all of the, Oh my gosh, is this a full, like, listing of all the remakes? That's crazy. Oh, I love it. God, I'm from the era of the horror remakes, so I absolutely love them. But anyway, there's about the presentation. So, yeah, very good. Love these little booklets. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot believe it's already here. This is not supposed to come out until the last Tuesday in August, whatever that date is, 23rd, 26th, something like that. I don't know. But they're here, and I cannot wait to get into these and give you guys my thoughts on the actual transfers themselves. So we have Texas Chainsaw at the beginning, and then the GOAT, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. All right, so there we are, all 5 releases from 3 different orders, a couple of 80s horror classics, and some, in my opinion, mid-2000s horror classics. So I love everything in this pile. I've watched everything in this pile, which doesn't often happen, so very happy to get this new stack in and upgrade some old Blu-rays to 4K, and do some double dipping on some 4Ks that I already have that I now own on VHS. But that's really fun to do a lot of the time anyway, so I'm happy to do it. But anyway, I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. Have you already received any of your early orders of TCM? I would love to hear about it down in the comments. And are you even planning on picking up any of the 3 new releases I talked about in this video? I would love to hear what you guys are thinking, and stay tuned for a future shelf space episode where I hope to talk about all 3 of these movies. The VHS tapes I probably won't talk about anytime soon, but the new releases I really hope to get to this month. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for making it all the way to the end here. That support really does mean a lot to me. Before I let you go though, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.